Oh, shh, 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 shh. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Don't you recognize me? Don't you know who I am? Don't you remember your sweet, sweet love? Well, that's true. We never did confess to each other, now did we? Shh, shh, shh. It's all right. I don't mean to scare you. Be quiet. We don't want anyone to hear us, now do we? I said, shh, be quiet. You haven't seen me in a while, have you? I haven't seen you in a while either. How have you gotten even more beautiful? Even more stunning? Your light just can't help it, can it? Your light. Your beautiful light. It sparkles and shines. It's the reason I'm alive. The reason I do what I do. Ah, so you heard me on the television. You heard what I've done. Though, you don't know the full story. Have you moved on? Found another love? Is that why you're so keen on pushing me away? This isn't a dream. This is real. We're real. And we can be together. I know we can. Shh, shh, shh. No, I promise. I promise I'm not an illusion. I'm real. I'm here. And I've come back for you. Perhaps coming at night and waking you up wasn't the best idea. You'll have to forgive me for that. I suppose you'll have to forgive me for this as well. You don't listen very well. You never have, though. It's all right. It'll be kicking in soon. Oh, you know I'd never hurt you. It's just something to help you relax. Something that will cure you from all this wriggling and everything else. It'll be a nice slumber, a nice sleep. I know. Shh. Just go to bed. Rest up. I love. You're awake. Finally. It's been too long. Too long indeed. Don't you remember me? Your old classmate? No, I didn't disappear. I simply chose a different path than you did. You know how those people were back then. I scared them. You were the only one that was nice to me. I have to thank you. Without you, I would have... I don't know what I would have done. But you saved me. You opened my eyes. There are select few people in this world that deserve happiness. Ones that do not judge others for simply being different. Everyone calls me a villain. But is that really true? You of all people should know what I truly want. I want a world where people like me, whose powers are less than heroic, won't be judged for having those powers. I control the shadows, and everyone feared me because of that. They started bullying me, and you stopped them. That's when I realized there is a way for people like me and people like you to coexist, to be happy together. I've created a little world, a world where we can be happy together. Shh, shh, shh. You're gonna hurt your wrists if you keep struggling. I never asked for these powers. I was just born with them. This life is cruel and unfair, isn't it? But you are my light. Without you, I couldn't exist. Where are we? Silly, don't you listen. We're in our world. The world I made for us. Yes, a faraway place where no one can hurt us anymore. It's a very nice village. Maybe later I'll introduce you to the neighbors. They're very excited to meet you. Of course I talked about you. Really, you're all I talk about. I don't know what that time in school meant to you, but it meant the world to me. Hurt you? Why in the 7 stars would I ever hurt you? Yes, you're tied up. I apologize for that. I had to make sure that you got here safely. And if you kept wriggling, then I was afraid you'd get hurt. Here, let me untie you. That better? I didn't tie them too tight now, did I? Oh, good. I was worried. And I hope I didn't scare you that much. It wasn't my intention. This might sound strange to you, but I love you. Wow, I've been waiting to say that since we met, really. I'm sorry. Was that weird? You felt the same way? Really? You didn't say anything, though. Oh. I see. You were worried that I'd reject you. You were always so silly. Why would I reject you? the first person to show me kindness. If you would have confessed back then maybe all of this would be different. But then we wouldn't have this world now, would we? A world where we can be ourselves, and we can love each other freely, without the worries of society trying to force us into a box. Then make me evil and you a traitor to your own kind for loving me. It's not fair. But that's why we have this little slice of heaven. Just for us. For everyone like us. I'm sorry I disappeared. That day, I was so hopelessly in love with you. I still am, but even more so back then. I thought I could just steal you away for a second. Then I realized you'd get hurt. And no matter how much I craved you, how much I adored you, how much I loved you, I knew that if I brought you along during this, you become public enemy number 1. They wouldn't understand what I was doing. And I was right. They didn't understand what I was doing. They labeled me a supervillain for fighting for my kind, fighting for what's right. How is that fair? But I didn't let it stop me. And eventually, I found others like me. I found others that had powers that were deemed evil and unworthy. Those poor, poor souls. We made a plan. Instead of trying to take over this world, change what has been said for centuries, we'd make our own place, away from everyone that wants to hurt us, away from everyone that wants to destroy us for simply existing. I'm sorry I wasn't very clear when I told you that. I suppose it was kind of rude for me to just kidnap you. I mean, I didn't mean to really hurt you. Again, I'm just glad your wrists are okay. Once we made this place, and we knew it was safe, and we put our protection spells around it, I knew I had to bring you here. There was a chance that you'd already moved on. And I was so scared. But I knew that our love, my love, what we had, it wasn't just some fling. It was real. We're real. And I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we can finally be together. That we can be in love, in peace. I'm sorry about your past life. I'm sorry you won't be able to return to it. But you'll be happy here. With me. There's so many people I have to introduce you to. They're going to love you. Not as much as I do. But they will. Our new home. Isn't that so nice to say? Can I kiss you? It's everything I ever imagined it to be. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little emotional. I shouldn't. But I never expected this day to come. I love you. I really do. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a good person, for understanding what we were trying to do. I couldn't live without you. My light.